In with local power companies what their plans are to prevent wind-blown power lines from starting fires. And Pacific Power telling 12,000 customers in Lincoln City, Sweet Home, Lebanon, Staten East to the Santiam Canyon they possibly could lose power later this week due to windy conditions. Let's get a little more insight into the conditions causing those precautions.
Well, Portland General Electric says shutoffs could happen in areas like Gaston and the Gales Creek area, also over in Estacada, Sandy, and Oregon City, likely even in the West Hills of Portland. You're promised at least a day's notice.
So we sent our Jamie Seymour to look into the communities that could be impacted by power outages. Jamie?
You know, it's like a perfect storm with gusty winds forecasted, hot temperatures, and plenty of dry fuel around the state. Power companies say even the littlest thing that could hit a power line could cause a spark, and in these forecasted conditions, quickly result in a fast-moving wildfire. It's one of the reasons why removing that running electricity that is active in these power lines could be removed this weekend for safety precautions. Just days ahead of a dry and windy forecast across the state and in the Portland metro, power companies like Pacific Power are ready to shut off power for customers in high-risk areas of dense trees or dry grass.
That has a chance to blow items into power lines, which then could create a spark.
They've already notified 12,000 customers in areas like Staten, Lebanon, Sweet Home, and Lincoln City to be ready for public safety power shutoffs starting early Friday. It's a measure that comes as they've adapted their resources and technology from past disasters like the 2020 Oregon fires.
The way the weather interacts across that terrain and how it interacts with our system is something that we track, and we're able to then know where the high risk areas are.
If the power is shut off, Pacific Power says they will set up community resource centers in impacted communities.
A place where people can come, they can have access to air conditioning, charge up their devices, and there will be some other amenities there as well.
PGE is also preparing for potential power shutoffs in 10 areas, including parts of Forest Grove, Sheridan, Estacada, along with a portion of Portland's West Hills, with some neighbors telling KOIN6 off camera they already started getting notifications to prepare. Multnomah County is also warning residents to be ready, especially if they have medical needs that require electricity. In a statement, PGE says they are expecting extreme winds that could cause outages and have crews at the ready to begin repairing damage as soon as conditions are safe. PGE is expected to provide more information tomorrow about potential shutoffs, but says they also plan to open resource centers for the public. And as long as outages don't last longer than Saturday and there's no damage, they could begin turning the power back on Sunday, with power restored to all customers by Monday night. We actually just got an update in the last few minutes from Pacific Power, and they say, yes, there will be an outage happening in their affected areas starting at 12:01 Friday morning. So those customers, yes, be ready for those planned outages. Both PGE and Pacific Power tell us it's also important for customers to make sure their contact information is updated with their utility companies so they get these kinds of updates, especially if any conditions change this weekend. Reporting live in downtown Portland, Jamie Seymour, KOIN6 News.